started. So, hi everyone, I'm Erika. I'm all things marketing here at Jurny, and I'm thrilled to welcome you to today's webinar. Whether you're a longtime partner or new to the Jurny community, you're in the right place because we're about to show you how AI is completely transforming hospitality. Joining us today is our CEO, Luca. Hi, Luca.
Hello, everyone.
Also, our VP of Revenue, Jason. Hi, Jason.
Good morning.
And our head of product, Alex. Hi, Alex.
Hi.
So let's dive in. We're gonna start. First, before I forget, we're gonna leave you to add your questions. If you have questions during the webinar, you can add them in the Q&A section that's below in the chat. So you can write there your questions so we can answer it at the end of the webinar. And we're going to be adding a couple of polls during the webinar as well. So one is going to come up right now. I'm going to show it right now. Is which new feature are you most excited about from today's demo? So if you can help us
Erika.
answer this one, that would be great.
Well, we can roll with it.
Yes. Thank you, guys. So let's dive in, Jason and Luca.
Awesome. Thanks, everyone, for joining. Jason, do you want to get things going?
Yeah. So yeah, thanks everybody for joining. Excited to be here with you all today. We have the new and improved inbox that we're going to be demoing today. We have a few updates and product, well, a few company updates and then product roadmap updates that we do want to share with you all today before we dive into the product. First and foremost, it's been a long time in the works. Luca, I don't know if maybe you want to share a little bit more about this, but we have officially released our new website. We're super excited about it. It finally dropped. If you're on a mailing list, you will get an email alert about it probably right around now. And it was something that we've been working very hard on for a long time. Our website was 2 or 3 years old, which doesn't seem that old, but in the age of AI, it was a dinosaur, honestly. So we're really excited about it. Lots of new product features are showcased there, and also a new kind of brand look and feel, which we're excited about. So
yeah, absolutely. No, it's super exciting because I think definitely our old website wasn't doing the justice for the product, and we've developed an insane amount of products in the past like 3 years and made tons of progress on the AI side, especially. And it's good because I feel like a lot of our customers don't even know everything we have and everything they have in the platform they have access to. So it's good that we've been able to talk about most of it, not everything. I think like we're always going to be missing some parts because there's so many functionalities. It's hard to cover and everywhere, but it's exciting. And then I guess actually I can segue into some of the a smaller update that is about to be a much bigger update. But we're basically in fine-tuning phases for NIA 3.0. So right now, for everybody that doesn't know, like you're using NIA 2.5, that's what's used for guest communication. That's what's used for a portion of voice and up until now for Copilot. But recently we released the 3.0 for the Copilot, and we've seen a major improvement, especially in the ticketing side. And now the resolution went up like 300%, and accuracy as well, like more than double. So and then if you look at the quality of the answer, it's pretty insane. So we're super excited for that. So better model, but also like a better architecture of multi-agents architecture, and a better way to be able to build documentations. We're big on AI, I think, is what's going to be big in AI is going to be documentation, having context on things, and this is going to become a big trend for us to give you tools to be able to create documentation if you don't have internal company documentations, and automatically help this documentation from your interaction with guests and within your business. And we're doing that internally as well. So super excited for that.
Yeah, likewise. Just to give a little more context on that, so what Luca means when he says a 300% increase in efficiency and kind of the responses, we obviously use AI internally for our support. So if you're a Jurny user and you use the Copilot, you ask it a question, ideally that gets handled by support and by the AI for support, and if not, then it gets kicked over to our customer success team with a ticket automatically created. So we've seen a 300% increase and improvement in the responses there. So AI is handling, I think as of the last time we checked it, it was like over 95% of the support inquiries, which is huge, right? And obviously that same technology and the same processes that we use internally, not exactly the same, but we're using that within the platform as well for you and your guest communications. So
yeah, to put things in perspective, 95% is higher than probably any of us. Like it's greater than a single person knowledge base, right? Because even like the most knowledgeable tech support agent will need to go and check documentation. They would not know 100% of everything. So it's pretty insane because we're getting to levels that are above human average.
Yeah, exactly. Super impactful stuff. So we're very excited about it. Before we move on, Erica, do we have the answers from the poll that we posted?
Sorry, I'm gonna share the results right now.
Awesome. Okay, so which new feature are you most excited about from today's demo? Sentiment analysis was 20%, templates and auto responses 30%, co-host integration 20%, and WhatsApp and SMS messaging was the other 30%. Airbnb support ticketing 0%. So that's interesting to see. We'll briefly touch on that anyway, but I guess people are okay with handling their Airbnb support through Airbnb directly.
Or maybe they're less excited about that.
Cool. All right. Well, I guess before we hand it over to Alex, the last thing that I'll mention on my end is over the past few months, we've really been laser focused on how people how our partners experience Jurny, how they use Jurny, and one of the things that I think we'll start seeing more of, I'll just briefly tease this. I don't know, Luca, you might have something to add to this, but one of the things that we've kind of been already thinking about and implementing a little bit is, why do people actually use a platform like Jurny? And it's we thought a lot about it. It's not that you want another tool in your tech stack. It's not even that you necessarily want a piece of software, but you use it for the outcome, right? So we're very focused on what the outcomes are that our users are expecting, and working on ways to deliver those outcomes using AI. And we're still a long way off from this, but we envision a world where you don't even need to actually interact with your software to achieve those outcomes. So
yeah, no, I think, sorry, to double down on what you just said, I think in general, there's going to be a major shift on what software expectations are going to be. We're going to go from SaaS, typical SaaS, as to just instead of right outcome as a service. We're seeing this trend growing dramatically. And typical SaaS up until now, it's just been exactly like Jason said, one of the tools that somewhat help you organize and become a little bit more efficient of what you're doing, but you still need to manage the tool, and then you end up having to have people managing that tool. so it takes away some work, but it also adds some, right? And that's what SaaS has been up until now, but that's completely changing, and I think we're going to be seeing that change happening across all business sectors, like variety of the industry. Hospitality is going to be one of them, and we plan to lead that chart. And I think what's going to be is, like Jason said, you are going to be looking for a software that delivers you an outcome, which is if you're looking for a CRM, you're not looking, hey, manage my deals. Hey, can you bring me more leads? Hey, can you actually help me close sales? Same thing is going to be with the tomorrows of PMSs is going to be, hey, can you manage all my guest communications? Can you solve issues for me? Can you organize my tickets? Can you add more revenues to my business without me having to do too much work?
Yep. Well said. So I guess without further ado, I don't have anything else on my end. Luca, I don't know if you're good, then we can turn it over to, awesome, we can turn it over to Alex for some of the product showcase.
Hi, everybody. I'm excited to show you the features what we developed specially for you, and I'm like looking forward to see how you guys take use of our software. I will share my screen now. Tell me if you can see it. Can you see it?
Yes.
Perfect. So welcome to the new intuitive and improved inbox. I must say that I am very happy with the results of the poll because the sentiment analysis is also my personal favorite feature. And now I will show you how it works. So the purpose of a sentiment analysis feature is that what we do is Nia is analyzing every incoming message from every guest and knows even before you open the message, like how does the guest feel? Like, is he neutral? Is he positive? Is he like angry about something? So now you can just go to the sentiment map on the left and you can load like the high urgency conversations, and you can see that Laura is very pissed that there is a broken glass in the unit. So you know that, okay, I must answer Laura before I answered everybody else. Personally, I think this is a very, very useful feature, and it can help you prioritize guest communication and have everybody happy and satisfied. Next feature.
On the sentiment analysis, just a small parenthesis. This is going to that's just kind of like the very beginning of where we're going, because all these informations are slowly going to be stored more and more into our software, so you can build an entire guest profile of anybody that has ever stayed with you. That's where it's going, and where you can actually utilize this data and have AI utilize this data for even more tailor-made experiences and actions.
Know
Yeah.
thy guest.
Sorry, Alex. Just to add to what Luca mentioned, a lot of what you guys are going to see today is like phase one in a larger kind of larger vision that we have, right? So like having the sentiment is cool, and it's important to have, because obviously, as you can see, high urgency, medium urgency, low urgency, it's already going to help you focus your attention where it's required most. But as a next step to that is, what do you do when there are negative, like high urgency situations, right? Or when there's a negative sentiment with a guest. Maybe that guest, you don't necessarily ask them to leave a review for you. So there's a lot more that we can do once we have that analysis. So this is kind of like the building block to the rest of what's coming there.
Exactly. Second feature, which I really, really like, and I'm very happy to present to you, is the Nia proposed templates. What we do here is we are using Nia to go through your messaging history with each guest and turn great replies into reusable gold. She also has access to your listing informations, so she has like all the knowledge to help you generate templates for yourself. Once the templates are generated, you can click here, generate my templates now. The Nia will run, will go through the process. She will run through it, and then once everything is ready, the templates will show here, and you can decide whether to accept them or not.
That, by the way, it's pretty massive for anybody that's ever created templates and FAQs manually. That's like a massive time saver.
Yeah, so you will end up having like a huge library of templates, right? Which you can then decide to activate, inactivate, like you can even modify it, say, okay, Nia, you were right, this is great and stuff like this. Third feature which I would like to show is the FAQs. So now you can answer it before the guest even asks you a question. Nia creates FAQs and instant replies based on your message history, handling common questions without lifting a finger. It's the same setup. Here you will see the Nia proposed FAQs. This I already ran it, so we already have them proposed, but it's the same flow. So you go here, you go to AI generated FAQs, you click on the generate my FAQs now, and then Nia in the background while you're managing your properties, she's doing all the heavy liftings and she's generating FAQs what you can use, and there will be not an unanswered question from your part.
Yeah, and actually, this is to the point that Jason and I were talking about even in the beginning of the call, that contextualization is going to be very important, and creating this knowledge basis about what your business does, how you handle guests, how you would like to handle guests, what is your normal SOP, standard operating procedure, right? Like how do you handle an issue? Like how do you normally escalate it? Like what? So this is going to be key, and it's not talked enough in the age of AI. Everybody talks about like LLMs, which is amazing, and they're going to keep developing and they're going to keep improving. But you can have the most powerful uh, general artificial intelligence, like that is like even more powerful than a lot more intelligent than a human. But if you don't have, if that agent or that AI doesn't have knowledge about your business and how you like to run your business, it cannot be helpful. So having the ability to quickly generate this context and organize data is massive, massive. It's going to be one of the biggest things that for SMBs and even large corporations, that if they don't get nailed down, they will not be able to leverage this technology. So super important.
Huge. I would almost say that, just to piggyback off of that, I would almost say that the fact that, and obviously I nerd out about this because it's exciting to me, but the fact that Nia is self-learning now is probably a more significant update than even like if ChatGPT released a new model today, for example. It's more impactful to have the AI consistently learning from your data than it is to have a better model. I would say, because to Luca's point, I mean, if you don't have the context to inform the AI, it just doesn't know what to do. If you guys have ever used, ChatGPT to draft an email and you just open a new tab and ask it to draft the email, you probably have read it and thought to yourself, this doesn't really sound like me. But if you show it examples of your past email communications that you've actually written and you ask it to do it again, it's going to sound just like you. So it's the same concept here.
Right. It's a very useful feature. Feature number 4 is the Airbnb co-host integration, which means you can basically be anyone on your team within one inbox. What does it mean? It means you can switch between your company and your Airbnb co-host profiles directly inside of the inbox and respond as the right person every time. And it's very easy to use. You just need to write your message, and then before you send the message, you can pick whether you want to send the message as Jurny or as the co-host. And then once you send the message like hello, you send it, and it will show you here that the message was sent as Matteo. Another enhancement what we did inside of the inbox is the ability to send a message from within the inbox to different channels, which means now from the inbox, without leaving the inbox, you can send you write your message and choose whether you want the message to be sent as a default, which means you send it as an email, or in the in the the channel of the where the reservation is coming from. You can choose and send it as an SMS. So now if I write here whatever and I click send, the message will be sent only as an SMS. And then you can also choose to send it as a WhatsApp.
Yeah, that's pretty big on the unification of communications.
Another feature which was required by many clients, although I don't know why it performed so badly on the poll, maybe you were just not aware of how useful it could be, is the Airbnb ticket support, which means now instead of going to Airbnb and handling the tickets from there, you get to deal with them directly from Jurny. So you can just open a ticket, see what's up, write your answer, and even better, you can just use Nia to help you write. Like you read the ticket and say, okay, answer to this ticket, and just she will create the answer for you, and that's it. You send the answer. Also, Help Nia Write is a feature which we incorporated throughout the entire inbox, which means that even if you're using the inbox for internal usage, like for example, I want to say Gabriela to organize, I don't know, organize a pizza day in the company tomorrow, and I'm lazy to write the entire email or the entire announcement, I just use Nia, click create. Nia is generating the perfect response for me, which you will be able to see in just a second. And then I get to choose whether I'm happy, I want to send it, or maybe I want to use a formal style, shorten it, make it more official. So there you go. We're planning to organize a pizza day at the office tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. But the best thing is you can, based on whom you're sending the message to, you can choose to formalize it, to elaborate it, maybe make it shorter. And Nia will do that for you. Then you just click send and you send the message to the person of interest. This feature, you can also use it when you're communicating with a guest, when you're like solving your Airbnb tickets and everywhere. And this personally, it's one of my favorite features because I'm so lazy like crafting long and useful information emails to people. So I think these are most of the features which I wanted to share with you now. Did I miss something, guys?
No, I think that. Go ahead, Jason.
No, I was gonna say I think you covered it. What I did want to mention is that the operations chat that you guys are seeing and some of the examples that Alex just showed is, and I mentioned this earlier with the sentiment analysis too, but this is true for a lot of the features. This is like phase one in a pretty large vision that we have for the way that this will evolve over time. And the operations chat will essentially become the hub of, you can kind of see they already have some tags there. And so using AI, we're going to be rolling out some functionality here that will allow you to use this as your central operations hub, even for like task management, reassigning things, maybe from guest messages to internal team members and things like that. So right now, that process is very fragmented for most of the folks that we talk to in the industry. Some people use like Monday.com or Asana. Some people use other third-party tools, and it's very fragmented and disconnected from their guest communication hub. But a lot of the times, the tasks that are being created internally for your team are coming from guest communications. So unifying all of that under one umbrella and then supercharging it with AI is going to really streamline operations and boost efficiency. We anticipate for a lot of short-term rental and vacation rental organizations.
Yes, exactly. Now we have like some sort of like predefined message tags, which you can either manually attach to the message, but most of the time AI is doing the heavy lifting. And if, for example, if they notice that the message is about, I don't know, an amenity request, the tag flags the message automatically, so you can see it in the inbox, like what is the message about.
Yep, and these are all customizable, by the way, even down to the color. So if you don't like the colors that are there, blame Alex, but also change them.
Yeah, you can change the color and, you know, organize your own color system and everything.
Yeah, and we put a lot of efforts obviously on the new inbox, but it's a part of, it's a piece of a piece of a much bigger puzzle. The next in line is going to be on the upsell side. There's some pretty big updates coming there. It's obviously we had a pretty decent inbox before. This one just elevated on basically in every single way. It made it a lot more powerful thanks to AI, and we're about to do the exact same thing with almost every section within the JOS basically, and upsells next in line, because we understand how important it is to bring additional revenue, and I think there's it's a completely underserved market, especially with the potential of some of the latest models, and having good knowledge about your guest can make it very powerful and very profitable for you as well.
Yeah, I'm so excited about the inbox what we are developing, and as Jason mentioned, this is only the first version. I wish we could show you guys like where are we headed, like what do we have as a vision, but then we will not have more webinars, so we will keep this for another webinar.
We have some great questions coming in. Before we get to those, there is a poll up on your screen. What area of your business are you most focused on improving this quarter? And you have a couple of options there. So if everyone takes just a quick minute to answer that, we would appreciate it. We'll share the results with everyone, and then we'll start. I think we'll jump into the Q&A portion of the webinar, guys.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Thank you.
Awesome. Are the results in yet, Erica, or do we need a few more minutes for that?
I think we can give a couple of minutes.
Okay. And while we're waiting for the poll results to come in, if anyone has any additional questions, I see a couple in here. Nick, Sydney, Ian, thank you for posting those. If anyone else has any additional questions, please drop them in the chat. We will be going through, or I'm sorry, I think there's a dedicated question and answer option. Please drop them in there, and we will be going through those here momentarily. So I guess we can start with the questions. So Nick was asking, hey, and thanks for being here, Nick. Hey guys, can you show us from the guest perspective what it looks like to receive an SMS or a WhatsApp? I don't think we were prepared to show from the receiving side, Nick. I apologize for that, but it would come in just as an SMS or WhatsApp on whatever device your guest is using. So if they're on, iPhone, just like a text message or a WhatsApp message, and if they are on Android, they would be a green bubble. A green bubble would come in on their SMS. Okay, we got some more questions coming in. Guest communication 0. Okay, so everyone, well, I think most of our attendees are Jurny users, so that makes sense. Revenue optimization was 50% of the answers. We don't have like specific, we'll share a little bit on revenue optimization in a minute here. Team efficiency was 33% of the answers, and then OTA/channel performance was a minor 17%. So most people are focused on optimizing revenue. Honestly, not super surprised by that right now, given kind of the way that the market is performing right now. Well, what I can share, and I don't know, Luca, Alex, maybe you guys have some additional thoughts around revenue optimization, but a couple of things that we can share on revenue optimization. So first and foremost, we are looking into certain features that will allow you to improve your positioning on the OTAs. For example, Airbnb gives you a small boost when you update your listing title and your listing description. So automating that with AI could be a very quick and easy way for you to get a small boost on Airbnb specifically, right? Minor, for example, like punctuation changes to your listing titles and descriptions could give a boost. Aside from that, we do have a listing optimizer that you can use in the meantime. Airbnb AI, if you're a Jurny user, you do have free access to that. And that can help rewrite listing titles, listing descriptions, but also identify gaps on your listing itself, such as improvements with photos, amenities, things of that nature that can give you a boost as well.
Yeah, the listing optimizer, I want to say it's pretty huge, and I think is somewhat I think underutilized, but sometimes identify, like me as former operator, I found myself, without knowing, many times with some of my listing kind of disappear in the searches, and I didn't know why they were underperforming. And honestly, when we start looking at some of those trends and utilizing listing optimizer, it really helped us like boost revenue. And the same thing, I've seen it like across many of our customers that utilize that, so it's pretty big. And I say, like, last but not least is the upsells. Like, if we have an existing feature, but guys, like I'm telling you, I see people making like 30, even more percent revenue every single month because they use automated upsells. If you don't know how to utilize it or to set it up, just make sure you ask Nia or you ask our team, and we can help you. There's a bigger, like a big improvements coming on that specifically. I think what is already out there is great, and I can help you make extra revenue. What's coming is it's going to be amazing. But nonetheless, I think I would 100% take advantage of that. And also things like travel damage protection, travel protection, those things could be additional great revenue sources. So
yeah, and if you're managing on behalf of other owners, depending on how your contracts are structured, that could be additional revenue just straight to you as the management company.
yeah,
which you know, that 30, it's bigger than that 30% number. But yes, Luca's spot on. We see, you know, the folks that are doing it right, that are really leveraging upsells and being intentional about how they, you know, their upsell strategy. Yeah, 20-30% extra revenue easily. So
we see that being a big growing trend, and that's why we decided to double down on that and bring you guys a lot more revenue opportunities, including like an pretty large affiliate program with over 300,000 experiences that you can make money off, and select the ones that you want in your areas. But even things like early check-ins, late checkouts, you know, taking advantage of gaps in between 2 night stays, like, you know, if you have a gap in between two stays, and offering it at discounts can have a massive impact at the end of the month. Maybe it seems small on a single fee, but when you add it up all the way in the end of the month, it makes a massive difference. And if you count the entire year, it's even bigger of a difference. So,
yep, absolutely. Sorry, let me make sure we answered this question. Okay. Okay, Sydney's asking, we're currently using Vrbo for our texting platform with guests, integrates with Escapia. Would your platform be trained on our past interactions with guests in Vrbo, and does it integrate with Escapia or Breezeway? Great questions, Sydney. So we do not integrate with Escapia. We do integrate with Breezeway. And what we would do is when we import your properties the first time, and you can stay connected to Escapia while this happens, so you don't have any disruption in service, but we'll connect to your Airbnb account, pull all your properties, pull all of your past communication history, and the AI will learn from all of your past communication histories. So yes, it will learn from everything, and then going forward, so you don't have to train it, and then going forward, it will continue to learn the more that you use it as well. Through Jurny, you would not, you could eliminate that third party, that Vrbo for the SMS, because it would happen natively within Jurny. And of course, powered by Nia, so you can automate your communications as well. Great question. Anything to add to that one, Luca?
No, we can.
Next question here. Ian is asking, what if a host has 2 logins to Airbnb, one for Canadian and one for US dollars? How is this handled in support messages? So having 2 logins to Airbnb is not an issue. You can connect as many different Airbnb accounts onto one single Jurny account as needed. We have a lot of customers specifically that do co-hosting, and they have a lot of different accounts. And then a lot of other customers that don't have their own main account. They actually use the listing owner's account, and so they just connect those. In terms of how it's handled in the support messages specifically, I'm not sure, to be honest. It is a newer feature, so we'll have to get back to you on that. I don't know, Alex, if maybe you have any insight on that. Otherwise, we will have to get back to you on that. But my guess is that it probably works the same way as the messages.
Yeah, I think you are right. You explained it good. But we will get back to it, once we speak with the development team, just to be 100% sure.
Okay, awesome. Okay, next question is, how can Nia help when I miss a phone call? Awesome question. Thank you for asking that, Don. So, is it next week, Luca, the official release date?
Yes.
Okay.
That's correct.
Do you want to
Sure,
tease it?
I can share. I can tease it. So, and that's going to be obviously V1. There's a V2 already being worked on. I mean, the functionality remains the same as the natural, like how natural the voice is. Because when it comes to voice, we're basically becoming, you know, it's becoming undistinguishable than talking to a human. And we're like, I would say, like maybe like 3-4 months away from that being a reality. And so the same accuracy that we talked about, we're bringing over voice. So which means that guest calls and has questions and they can talk to an AI, right? Which will sound very natural. Not yet exactly like a human. You can tell there's an AI still, but it will be able to solve, well, most answer all general questions. But I think most importantly, it's also going to be able to take reservations and make reservation changes if they are obviously allowed within your internal policies. But I think the sexiest thing that we build up of that feature is that you're going to get a transcript of every single phone call and a sentiment analysis on the phone call. So, you know, if the phone call went well, didn't, why, what happens, what action needs to be taken. If the call dropped for any reason, you will know that the call dropped and you get notified. You know, get notified by email, you get notified in the JOS. And also you can make improvements on that. And then you can obviously build escalation processes. So in case you wanted to make sure that for specific questions, it escalates to a human, or if the AI for whatever reason is not able to solve a problem, it will automatically escalate to a person. But that way you're always going to have somebody who's answered the phone. And if a human is not available, you'll have a transcript on exactly what the problem was, which is pretty huge. And yeah, V2 coming will have, I say, it's going to be very hard for people to know that they're not talking to a human, a very helpful human.
This is a huge deal. Actually, so one of the things that I've noticed when we're calling property management companies is that, and a lot of times, like for example, I'll call the number that's on the website, right? I would say like 80% of the time I get a voicemail. And these are during business hours, these calls happening. So that means if you're getting calls from people that want to make a reservation, you're missing these calls. You're missing these reservations. You're literally leaving money on the table. Leveraging.
Exactly. And not only that, but you can have someone who's trying to check in, and maybe they're asking like a simple question it's a commonly asked question, and that person checking in has experience that nobody's answering to them, right? It's the worst possible experience you can give to any guest is not to be able to talk on the phone. So it's pretty big.
Yeah, and then just like a fun little anecdote, I guess. So recently, we made a video a little demo, like explainer video internally, and I shared it with Luca and Giovanni, our CTO, who's not here right now on this call. But the funny thing was Luca and Gio both thought it was my voice recorded on the demo, and Luca and Gio both thought that it was an AI. So I don't know if that means that I sound robotic or too much like AI, or if they couldn't distinguish, but
Oh, it was a perfect speech, so it sounded too perfect. Actually, some of the improvements they're making to make voice sound more natural is actually not to make it sound so perfect, right? To make pauses or say like have like a break and say ah, or like just thinking about it, like just make it more natural, right? Like when it's too perfect, it doesn't sound human. So I guess we were giving you a compliment, Jason.
Okay, last one here from Nick. Not a question, but more of a comment. Thank you for this. Really excited for these incredible improvements. Thank you, Nick. Thanks for being here. Thank you for your continued support. We appreciate it. And we're happy that these improvements resonate, and hopefully we'll deliver a lot of value for all of you.
Yes, excited for what's coming. And again, this is like I keep saying a tip of the iceberg, but the big picture is it's coming. It's a big puzzle. But outcome as a service is a real thing. Super streamlined, fully automated operations that delivers better guest experiences, delivers more revenues, and automates most of your business and your day-to-day, so you can focus on building a brand, building a company, doing what you're doing because of whatever reason you started the business for, and then you end up yourself being so busy in the everyday operational of the company. Our vision is to change that, and I say couldn't be more excited to be as close as we are. Really, from having a different be able to provide a product that is going to change people's businesses.
Absolutely.
Well, I guess that wraps up our session. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here with us today. If today sparked ideas or left you curious about what's next, just keep an eye on your inbox and follow us on social media. But from all of us at Jurny, thank you again for spending time with us, and just let's keep building the future of hospitality together.
Thank you,
Thanks.
everyone.
Thanks,
Thank you so
everyone.
much.
Bye.
Bye.